Hey everyone, welcome back to Ask Literature, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of English literature. If you're a literature lover, an aspiring writer, or just curious about how to analyze text more critically, you've landed in the right place. And today we're exploring a critical approach that has transformed literary analysis, structuralism. So grab your favorite notebook and let's dive in. Structuralism emerged in the early to mid 20th century, primarily influenced by the linguistic theories of Ferdinand de Saussure. Saussure argued that language is a system of signs, where meaning is created not just by the individual words themselves, but by the relationships between those words. This idea forms the foundation of structuralism, which posits that texts can be understood by examining the underlying structures that shape meaning. At its core, structuralism focuses on the connections and patterns within a text rather than solely on its content. This means that rather than asking what a story is about, structuralists look at how the story is constructed. They analyze elements like plot, character types, themes, and narrative techniques to uncover the frameworks that dictate how a story is told and understood. Let's take a closer look at how this works by examining a classic text, such as Cinderella. A structuralist analysis would focus on the recurring motifs and archetypes found within the story. For instance, we might explore the structure of the fairy tale, the innocent heroine, the wicked stepmother, the transformative magical element, and the eventual reward of love and happiness. By identifying these patterns, we can see how Cinderella fits into a larger category of fairy tales, revealing cultural expectations and societal norms about gender and class. One of the key concepts in structuralism is the idea of binary oppositions. These are pairs of contrasting elements that create meaning through their differences. In Cinderella, we see binaries like good vs. evil, rich vs. poor, and order vs. chaos. These oppositions help to define characters and plot dynamics, guiding the reader's understanding of the story. By analyzing these binaries, structuralists can uncover deeper meanings and implications within the text. Another important aspect of structuralism is its emphasis on intertextuality, which is the idea that texts are interconnected and influence one another. No text exists in a vacuum. Instead, each piece of literature draws on and responds to other works. For example, when we read a modern retelling of Cinderella, such as Ella Enchanted by Gail Carson Levine, we can see how it plays with the original structure and themes of the fairy tale while introducing new elements like empowerment and choice. Structuralists would analyze how these texts relate to each other, examining how they build on, subvert, or transform existing narratives. Structuralism also extends beyond literature into other fields such as anthropology and sociology. Thinkers like Claude Lévi-Strauss applied structuralist ideas to myths and cultural narratives, arguing that human cultures share underlying structures that shape their stories. This perspective broadens our understanding of how literature interacts with cultural and societal frameworks. One notable figure in structuralism is Roland Barthes, who introduced the concept of the death of the author. Barthes argued that the author's intentions and background should not dictate the interpretation of a text. Instead, he emphasized that meaning is created through the reader's engagement with the text itself. This shift in focus allows for multiple interpretations and highlights the text as an independent entity. In this way, structuralism opens up a space for diverse readings and perspectives, inviting readers to bring their own experiences and insights to the table. However, it's important to note that structuralism has its critics. Some argue that it can be overly deterministic, reducing the richness of a text to mere structures and patterns. Critics also point out that it may overlook the emotional and subjective experiences that literature can evoke. This is where subsequent literary theories like post-structuralism and reader response theory come into play, challenging some of the core ideas of structuralism and emphasizing the fluidity of meaning and the role of the reader. Despite these critiques, structuralism remains a powerful tool for literary analysis. It encourages us to look beyond the surface of a text and consider the intricate frameworks that shape it. By examining the structures within literature, we can uncover deeper meanings and appreciate the artistry of storytelling. So how can you apply structuralism in your own reading? Start by identifying the key elements of a story, its characters, themes, and narrative techniques. Look for binary oppositions and consider how they shape the plot. Pay attention to intertextual references and think about how the text connects to other works. This analytical approach can deepen your understanding of literature and enhance your appreciation for the craft of writing. As we wrap up our exploration of structuralism, I hope you feel inspired to engage with literature in new and exciting ways. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on literary theories and analysis. I'd love to hear your thoughts on structuralism. What text do you think can be analyzed through this lens? Share your insights in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep reading and keep exploring the captivating world of literature.